Okay, thank you so much, Brian. Okay, very good. So based from the perception of Brian that the use of the technology in handling or in teaching these children with special needs um, in this new normal situation, because we are experiencing this pandemic, the wrath of this pandemic is very essential. Why? Because uh, as far as Department of Education is concerned, in so far, uh, the continuous education is concerned, then it is very essential for us in the Department of Education to think of an alternative so that they could continue learning, because learning should not uh, be stopped even though we have this pandemic. That's why we are just like you, just like what we are doing right now. You are not stopping. Kumbaga, walang uh, what is this? Walang puwang sa atin ang pandemic, sapagkat gusto nating matuto, gusto nating ipagpatuloy ang ating mga natutuhan last year. So, kumbaga sa ginasabi nga isang ginikanan kag san mga san institution where you are enrolled right now, that we are going to make use of any alternative so that we could continue learning, just like what we are doing right now, that we are having an online class. Some of you or many of you are into modular distance learning, also blended learning, a combination of online and modular, sapagkat hindi pwedeng maipag-iwanan tayo ng ibang country, because many countries in the world right now, they are also having their classes already. So tayo nga sa public schools, per 5 pa ang start ng klase, pero yung sa private, just like you, we are already starting. Okay. So our special education clients, with the guidance, of course, of the parents and other relatives at home, they could continue also learning. Okay? So, pero paramihan lamang sa mga inputs na maibibigay based sa based sa self-learning modules din na ibinigay sa special education clients natin ngayon, are kumbaga more on values, more on learning other competencies, kasi may mga aspects din sa kanilang pagkatuto na kailangang i-handle ng trained special education teachers. Okay, thank you for that, Brian. So yun ang gagawin natin, ha. Every time that I am giving you an assignment, I will call somebody to read orally their responses to the assignments that I have given. Halimbawa, kung halimbawa may ibibigay ako ngayon na assignment. Okay, let's go to our new lesson or new concepts that I am going to discuss with you or to you. Okay. Is my screen clear? Have you seen already what is flashed in the presentation?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet, sir.
Meron na?
Not yet,
Hello?
sir. Wala pa po, sir.
Dili pa po.
May nakikita na kayo? Hello?
Wala pa po, sir. Wala pa po.
Meron na sir sa akin.
Iguana po, sir. Iguana.
Meron pa po,
Ano
sir.
nakikita nyo, Renalyn?
You're
Tapos,
presenting.
meron na, sir.
You're presenting to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Opo. Yes, sir.
Hindi pa yan. Andali. So what about that? Meron na?
Opo, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Meron na, sir.
Opo, sir.
Thank you.
Opo, sir.
Turn off your audio so that we can start already. Okay, so stress talaga ito, ano, ang new normal. This is the new normal, so we have to adapt on it kahit ayaw natin sa gusto. Ito na talaga yung parusa. Okay. So we are going to deal with your assignment. I'm going to discuss to you the curriculum content, the instructional materials, and the instructional strategies prescribed to handle very effectively our special education classes. Okay. So to continue with the policies and guidelines for special education curriculum, we are already in the fifth article. So we are already in Article 5, which is about the curriculum content, the instructional strategies, and the instructional materials that could be of use in handling special education classes. Okay, according to Section 1, the curriculum for special education shall be based on the curriculum prescribed for the regular schools by the DepEd. Okay, so the regular curriculum prescribed by the DepEd. We have the following schemes or options which may be adopted for SPED programs. Okay, so regular curriculum. So this is the curriculum prescribed for regular children. So ito yung ginagamit ng mga non-SPED clients of the DepEd. So the regular children na naka-enroll from kindergarten to grade 12. Okay? So yan ang tinatawag na regular curriculum, and the name of this regular curriculum is the K-12 curriculum. Okay? So while the modified curriculum is the curriculum prescribed for regular children with certain adaptations to meet the needs of special children. So modified curriculum ang tawag sa curriculum ng mga special children natin, ng mga special yung mga children natin with special needs. At saka yung special curriculum naman is the curriculum for children with special needs aimed primarily at developing special adaptive skills to maximize their potentials. So ito yung special curriculum, ito yung mga tinatawag nating curriculum for the gifted and talented, curriculum for our hearing impaired clients, curriculum for our visually impaired clients. Okay. So ang tawag dyan is special curriculum. At ang tawag dyan, kasi yung regular curriculum na sinasabi natin kanina, K-12 curriculum ang tawag, yung special curriculum naman is special education curriculum. So ang kulang lang dito sa special curriculum ang education. So special education curriculum, this is the curriculum that is currently used in teaching our children with special needs. Kasabay dyan ang ating kabataan na ang tawag sa kanila ay gifted and talented students or pupils. Okay, I hope it's very clear to everyone. Okay, curriculum plans shall be researched, tested successfully on a pilot basis before their implementation on a bigger scale and evaluated periodically. These plans shall be accompanied by a variety of instructional materials, of course. So, ito ay hindi kaagad-agad na ini-implement. Tandaan natin ang mga curriculum plans ay dumadaan yan sa masusing planning methodologies, and it is a research-based curriculum plan. Okay? And after they tested it, after they have found out an answer or answers to the research they have conducted, sino ang gumagawa nito? Ito yung mga curriculum planners. Ito yung mga curriculum experts na nasa central office ng Department of Education. Okay. After they have tested it successfully, pinapilot nila ito or ini-implement on a pilot basis. Halimbawa, isang eskwelahan muna ang mag-implement. If it is successful, then that curriculum plan is approved by the Secretary of Education. So, hindi kaagad-agad ito, tawag dito, ini-implement sa isang programa, yung isang curriculum, kung hindi, ito ay dumadaan sa masusing planning, sa masusing research, at saka testing. The modified curriculum for the visually impaired, ito na yung mga brothers and sisters natin na hindi pinagpala sa kanilang vision. The modified curriculum for the visually impaired shall include sensory training. So, tandaan niyo ito. Special instruction in Braille reading and writing, mathematics orientation, and mobility. Braille music and typing. So, ang curriculum sa visually impaired is for special instruction in Braille. So, itong Braille na ito yung pamamaraan upang makapagbasa ang ating mga visually impaired. Okay. Meron tayong mga kung halimbawa December ay pwede na tayong mag face to face, ipapakita ko sa inyo itong Braille na ito na ginagamit sa ating mga visually impaired. Or we can also visit Jose Sorbito Senior Elementary School so that I could show you some of the instructional materials that is used in teaching our special clients or what is this academically challenged students or pupils. Okay, so this Braille is a material used to teach our visually impaired students so that they could learn how to write, and they could learn how to read, they could learn how to type, and they could learn how to sing. Ito yung Braille na ito. Tandaan ninyo yan. Gamit lang ito ng ating mga visually impaired. Yung mga severe visual, yung mga may severe visual impairment na tinatawag. Yung mga wala talagang makita, totally blind, ginagamit itong Braille na ito. I would like nga pala to take this opportunity to announce to you that we are not permitted by Liceo or by the institution na magkaroon ng face-to-face this month or next month. Ang sabi ng dean natin sa education na maybe December, first week of December or last week of November, we could have our face-to-face class interaction. So by this September and October, hindi tayo pinayagan. Kung kaya, please be online always. Kung mayroon akong instruction na mayroon tayong online class, sapagkat ito ang inyong ito ang ating basihan ng inyong attendance at saka yung inyong mga reflection sa journal ninyo. When I am going to, if I am going to get all your journal, sapagkat kailangan yung isubmit yan sa akin kung mayroon na tayong face-to-face interaction so that I could, read it thoroughly and learn from your own perceptions or reflections also. The modified curriculum for the hearing impaired, ito naman ay iba naman ito, sa hearing impaired naman ito. Ito yung mga brothers and sisters natin na hindi pinagpala din sa kanilang pananalita at sa kanilang pandinig. Shall emphasize communication and language development based on the philosophy of total communication, which is tailored to meet the individual child's communication and educational needs. The multisensory approach shall be maximized, and speech reading and sign language shall be encouraged. Encouraged ito, hindi encourage. Encouraged starting in grade 1. So, the earlier the better. So, ang ginagamit ditong methodology is the sign language. So, sino ang dapat ditong sino ang magtuturo nito? Dapat ang magtuturo nito ay teacher din. Mas maganda kung hearing impaired din ang teacher. Kasi meron tayong teacher diyan sa Jose Sorbito, ipapakilala ko kayo kung pahihintulutan na tayo na pumunta or makapag face to face na sa kay Teacher Rustom. Si Teacher Rustom diyan ay isang hearing impaired teacher na nagtapos din sa Cebu Normal University, at saka siya ay isa ng licensed teacher. Kakapasa pa lang niya pero matagal na siyang nagturo diyan. Siguro nakapag 7 years na siyang nagtuturo, but last year nakapasa na siya sa LET. So tiyaga lang talaga ang kailangan. Okay? So siya ay LET passer at ang tinuturuan niya ay ang mga kabataang mayroong kahinaan sa pandinig at pananalita. So napakagaling ni Teacher Rustom sa sign language na ito. Okay? So ini-encourage ito, ang sign language is encouraged to impart to our learners as early as grade 1. So the earlier the better. Kasi madali pang matututunan ng kabataan sapagkat medyo bata pa talaga, madaling matutunan or madaling ma-memorize nila. Kasi yung mga medyo may katandaan na, sinda na may mga katandaan na kay kita, mga bata pa ba kita, madali kita makatanda kag madali kita makamemorize. So yun ang rason kung bakit as early as grade 1 itinuturo na itong sign language to our hearing impaired students. Ito yung mga deaf and mute na mga kabataan. Okay. Going to Article 6, the organization patterns, it is also a must for you to learn these organization patterns. Why? Because according to Section 1, children with special needs shall be provided with a variety of educational patterns and services, of course. The assessed needs of each child shall be the primary consideration in determining his particular program and services. The result of the assessment is very important here, because it is the primary consideration of the teachers teaching the special education to determine his program and services. Kung ano yung kailangan niya, kung ano yung kailangang ituro ng mga teacher, kailangan talaga itong assessment result para nang sa ganon hindi naman mahirapan ang ating mga special education teachers. Programs may be organized in a variety of settings, namely. Okay, ito yung una. Integration or mainstreaming. Sinabi ko na ito sa inyo noon pa. This refers to the enrollment of a child with special needs in regular school with additional teaching care and resources. There are degrees of integration. Okay, partial integration and full integration. Partial integration, 6 months, 4 months, 4 months ito. Ibig sabihin, partially integrated siya or mainstreamed ang bata sa ating special education class at saka full integrated naman siya doon sa ating regular class or regular school. Naintindihan? So 50-50. Pag halimbawa baga an school year lang, pira ka months an school year, somebody could answer me orally. Ilang months ba ang school year sa public?
10 years. I think 10 months.
10 months, sir.
10 months. Very
10
good.
months.
10 months. So, partially integrated siya sa SPED and full integrated siya doon sa or mainstream sa regular class. Okay. partial, pag sinasabing partial, so kalahati ng school year lang siya ini-integrate doon sa regular school. Okay, halimbawa, 5 months siya sa SPED. Tapos after 5 months, doon naman siya sa regular school. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa talaga siya fully integrated or mainstream doon sa grade level niya sa regular school. Naintindihan ba ako? Okay. Kapag na-met na niya lahat ng competencies, alam niya ng mga special education teachers natin, then he or she could be fully integrated or mainstreamed in the regular school. So, pwede na siya masabi, grade 1 na siya, as grade 2 na, duro-diretso na. Pero nag-agi siya sa special education. Okay? Resource room plan. Under this scheme, the child with special needs is enrolled in the regular school program but goes to a resource room to use the specialized equipment either in a tutorial situation or in a small group. So, iyan, pwedeng gamitin ito ng ating SPED teachers, resource room plan. Okay. So, mayroong mga specialized equipment, kaya halimbawa sa mga visually impaired natin, mayroon tayong braille, tapos mayroon tayong mga charts para sa ating mga hearing impaired na nakikita nila. Kasi nakikita din ito, ang pagbungol kag apa ang bata, nakikita niya ang mga instructional materials o ang chart. Pero kung dili na nakakita kami ng problema, braille lang talaga ang magagamit sa iya. Okay. Okay, so ito na, itinerant teacher plan. So ito yung itinerant teacher, in-explain ko na ito sa inyo that an itinerant teacher or traveling teacher serves one or more regular schools depending on how many pupils need special help. Okay, so traveling teacher ito siya. Wala siyang fixed na classroom. So, nagta-travel siya from one place to another na kung saan meron siyang clients. Kasi, halimbawa, warasan kakayahan ang pamilya na magpakadto sa SPED, Special Education Institution. Problema ina. So, ang teacher ang nagakadto sa INDA. Okay? Amin ang tawag sa INDA, itinerant teacher. So, meron ding plan yan. Okay. An itinerant teacher or traveling teacher serves one or more regular schools depending on how many pupils need special help. Okay. So, pwede din sa school, pupuntahan niya kay kung apiki lang ang balay san bata dito sa school, kung katuon naman niya, grabe ang sakripisyo sa itinerant teacher. Okay. So, traveling teacher siya. Cooperative class plan. According to this cooperative class plan, this is part-time special class plan. In this plan, the child with special needs is enrolled in a special class but receives some of his academic instruction in the regular grades. In this way, the child is to a varying extent integrated into regular education. So ito na yung pwede nang i-integrate o mainstream ang bata. Special class plan. Under this plan, usually pupils with only one type of exceptionally label are enrolled in the special class. This plan is needed for those with more severe problems which makes it impossible for them to learn in a regular classroom setting. So who are these children na imposibleng matuto sa regular classroom setting, sa formal education? Ito yung mga kabataan na mayroong cerebral palsy. So alam niyo yon, yung may cerebral palsy, naka-wheelchair sila na kumbaga yung motion nila is permanent. Halimbawa nagakiling sinda, nagapangusog, tapos, and the worst is, pardon me, for those who are eating right now, nakaalalay para punasan ang bata. So madalas yun yung may mga cerebral palsy. Ito yung mga imposible na matuto sa regular classroom setting. Ito yung kinakailangan ng self-contained or segregated plan. Special Education Center, eto na. A growing alternative service delivery system is the Special Education Center, which holds classes for children with special needs within the regular school. So, meron tayo dito sa Jose Sorbito, kagaya ng mga pinagsasabi ko noon pa, na meron tayo dito sa Masbate City, naka-house siya sa Jose Sorbito Senior Elementary School, where I was assigned as principal also way back 2012 to 2015. Okay. So 3 years din ako na naging principal sa Jose Sorbito Senior Elementary School. Meron tayong special education center diyan, holding classes for children with special needs. So alam niyo may mga special needs na naandyan. Meron tayong gifted and talented dyan sa Jose Sorbito. Meron tayong visually impaired class, hearing impaired class. Meron tayong classes for autism, classes for autistic children. Meron tayong classes for children with cerebral palsy, and classes for mentally retarded children. Okay. Pero dyan, lahat-lahat na andyan na. Sana nga by the end of November or first week of November, bago mag-final exams tayo, we could visit, all of us could visit Jose Sorbito Senior so that I could show you the classroom setting in Jose Sorbito. Kahit na walang learners, yung classroom lang, yung instructional classroom, instructional materials, may pakita ko sa inyo, and then we could have a chance to interview or to see the teachers teaching our special education special children, I mean. Okay. Special day school. This type of school serves specific types of children with moderate to severe disabilities. Okay. Special day school. Type of school serves specific types of children with moderate to severe disabilities. Yung mga hindi na talaga lakad, tapos hindi makapagpunta ng eskwelahan na sila lang, yun yung special day school. Wala tayo nito. Sa Makati City, meron nito. It offers a range of trained special educators and a comprehensive array of medical, psychological, and social services. So, kumpleto ito. Mayroong medical services, psychological, and social services na naandun sa special day school na yon. So, wala tayo dito sa Masbate. Meron tayo sa Naga City and Makati City naman in the case of National Capital Region. May naka-on. May nagasamo.
Sir,
Okay, let's continue. We have also the residential school. Nakikita pa ninyo yung presentation ko?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the reason for placing a child in a residential school is based on the premise that he can make greater progress in such setting than any other. Residential schools provide special education services that are qualitatively and quantitatively superior to those available in local communities. Okay, balikan natin yung qualitatively. Pwede din siyang basahin na qualitatively, pwede din siyang basahin qualitatively, quantitatively, pwede din basahin quantitatively. Okay, pwede yan, kahit yan, acceptable yan. Okay, so this is residential school. Placing a child in a residential school. So, hindi siya po, pwede siyang residential area na hindi naman talaga tinitirhan. Okay, isang building or isang edifice na along residential area na hindi naman tinitirhan. Pwede siyang gawing kanlungan or eskwelahan para sa mga may kapansanan natin. Hospital instruction, meron pala nito. Hospital instruction is the provision of children confined to hospitals, sanatoria, and convalescent homes is a service of special education. When we say convalescent homes, ito yung mga recovering, ang mga nakalagay dito, mga recovering patients. Ano? Recovering patients who are children or adults with special needs. Convalescent homes, recovering homes. Okay? Kanlungan ng mga nagpapagaling na pasyente na mayroong kapansanan. Okay. And then sanatoria, ito yung mga sanitarium, mga masabi ka baga, mga home. Ito ay special home na mayroong mga sariling doktor, yung mga ganon. So this is different from hospitals. So po pwede siya, may hospital instruction, pwedeng mag-hold doon ng special education class. Homebound instruction. This one is provided by the local school system to serve the chronically ill, usually the bedridden, the convalescents from operation, accident or temporary illness, the disturbed and retarded.
Lalo na kung sa work sila na pagsagot. Sa akin lang ha, so, Filipino is 98.
Okay, let's go back. Community-based delivery system. This is a plan for children with special needs who reside in distant communities and cannot avail of existing education programs for our special children. Okay, so community-based delivery system. Yung mga nasa malalayong lugar. Pero yung mga ganito, pinupunta na lang ito ni teacher. Yung mga tinatawag nating itinerant teacher baga kanina. Okay. A combination of plans may be considered where special children are not concentrated in a particular geographic area, where there are not enough children to justify employing more than one teacher, or where the spread is great, and or where a variety of services is not feasible. So pwedeng i-combine yung mga plans na yon. Depende sa antas ng pagkatuto ng mga kabataan. Example of variation, okay. Resource room plan and cooperative class plan. So pwedeng i-combine yung resource room plan. So that's why you have to understand thoroughly what is meant by resource room plan and the cooperative class plan, so that you could learn how to have a variety of services. Okay, so this is an example of variation of instruction according to plan. So resource room plan could be combined to, or could be adjusted or combined to cooperative class plan. Appropriate referral system shall be established if the result of an assessment merits residential school placement. Example, for the child who lives too far from existing special education services. Otherwise, homebound instruction shall be provided. Okay. So, kagaya dito sa atin, hindi na ito talaga ginagawa. Kung hindi, the itinerant teachers are the ones who are going to and from the area. Okay? Where the children with special needs reside. Special programs for the gifted and talented and creative shall be developed and maintained. Okay, that's why we are dito sa atin sa Masbate City Division sa Jose Sorbito, meron tayong special programs for the gifted and talented students or pupils. Mga magagaling talaga sila. Kaso nga lang mayroon lang silang special skill or skills. Ano yung mga gusto nila? Halimbawa, gusto lang nilang kumanta, gusto lang nilang magsulat ng kanta, gusto lang nilang magsulat ng tula, gusto lang nilang ang specialization nila is mathematics, mathematics lang talaga sila. Specialization nila, science, science lang talaga sila. English, English lang. Kung kaya medyo mahina yung mga bata natin, yung mga kabataan natin dito na naka-enroll sa gifted and talented class sa Filipino at saka sa araling panlipunan. Diyan nahihirapan ang mga teachers natin. Pero magagaling talaga sila. Special provisions for the gifted and talented and creative may take the following prototypes singly or in combination. So, pwede silang single instruction or combination of instruction. Pwede din sila. Okay? Pero karamihan na dito sa atin ay naka-cope up na sila sa kanilang new environment. That's why combination of instruction is being take place there. Okay? So grouping, clustering of small groups from different sections to be placed with a teacher who can modify the curriculum to suit the gifted as in seminars, mini courses, a library period, etc. So kung kaya meron silang oras dyan, their class program is different from the regular school, from the regular class. So meron talaga silang library period, pinapapunta sila sa library. That's why hindi po pwedeng ang isang eskwelahan na mayroong gifted and talented na walang library because tinuturuan talaga sila on the use of our library. Seminars, pinapa-seminar nila sila, mayroon silang budget. Kala ninyo, basta-basta lang ito. So nagsiseminar sila when we were not experiencing yet this pandemic, mayroon talaga silang field trip study. Pumupunta sila sa Bicol mainland, pumupunta sila sa mga pasyalan, halimbawa sa beach. They are studying the organisms who are living along the beach line, ganon. So mini courses or mga theaters, ganon. Pinapapunta dito yung mga shows, science show, mathematics show, pinapapunta dito, binabayaran ng eskwelahan kasi may budget din ito. Vertical acceleration, early school admission, double grade promotion, advanced placement. Okay, ito na yung pwede silang ma-accelerate. If they are really genius, then they could be on advanced placement, double grade promotion. Halimbawa, grade 1 pa lang si bata. Pero an iya wisdom is for the third graders na. Pwede siyang maging grade 3. So yun, pinapatake siya ng examination. Pag nakapasa, so ang tawag doon, double grade promotion. Kung hali sa grade 1, tapos na-accelerate siya pag grade 3. Merong ganon. Pero dito sa atin, meron pa lang na nursery. Nursery siya, kumbaga, kindergarten na yan. Kindergarten pa lamang dapat siya, kaya lang kasi ang edad niya is 5 years old, na-accelerate siya to grade 1. Pero ngayon, nasa na si James Tayo, anak ni Fiscal Tayo, nasa na siya, Philippine Science High School. High school na siya ngayon. Napakabata pa. Dapat, pa lang siya, kasi magfa 5 years old pa lang siya, pero pwede na siyang mag-renew kasi naipasa niya yung examination for grade 1. So that's vertical acceleration. Horizontal acceleration naman, this is mentorship. It is a mentorship program wherein gifted students are paired with adults who serve as their mentors in a subject of mutual interest. So pwede silang, halimbawa, may pares dito sa atin, halimbawa ako, magaling ako mag-violin. Tapos si bata naman magaling mag-violin. So we have a mutual interest in violin. Pareho kaming mahilig sa violin. Pwedeng i-pair ng eskwelahan si bata sa akin. Okay? Kapag magaling talaga siyang mag-violin, tapos magaling naman siya talaga, pinapa-exam siya, okay, pwede siyang ma-accelerate din. Ang tawag doon, horizontal acceleration. Guidance, individual conferences, community-sponsored programs, scholarship societies, career and vocational counseling, peer facilitator. Ang tawag doon is guidance program. Okay. The goal, okay, section 2. The goal of special education shall be the integration or mainstreaming of children with special needs. Ito na yung pinagsasabi ko talaga sa inyo noong una pa, na dapat matuto kayo, malaman ninyo ito at matandaan ng maigi that the goal of having special education shall be the integration of these children or mainstreaming of these children with the special needs to regular schooling. Okay. Integration or mainstreaming of children with special needs shall be viewed as a developmental process. Along the way, doon sa spend class instruction niya. So along the way, along his journey to regular class, yun. Pinag-aaralan na yan ni teacher kung talagang karapat-dapat na siyang i-mainstream or i-integrate sa regular school. Special supportive services like readers, interpreters, note takers, and other auxiliary services shall be provided when necessary. Okay. Kung halimbawa, kailangan lang ipoprovide dapat ito ng special school catering special children. The school division shall extend such services as orientation and training of administrators, teachers, other school personnel, and regular pupils on special education. So yun, ang division office ay mag-extend dapat ng orientation and training for the principals, other teachers, and personnel. Article 7, school plant facilities. Ano itong tawag nating school plant? Pag sinasabing school plant, this is the school situation, physical aspect of the school. Ito yung school plant. Dili kayo ng plant na tanom. Okay? School plant, the school situation or the school surroundings facilities. According to Section 1, adequate physical facilities and equipment shall be provided to assure quality education for all children with special needs. Dapat maganda yung physical facilities, angkop sa mga kabataang mayroong kapansanan. The school system shall assign buildings and resource rooms and adopt physical facilities to suit children with special needs. Okay. So, ang principal dapat ay magkaroon ng knowledge or ng wisdom na kung saan ilalagay niya ang mga children with special needs doon sa building na medyo isolated. Yung mga parang malayo sa mga regular children natin kasi ang iniiwasan dito ang bullying. Okay. Ay bullying gani sa college, lalo pa gayon sa elementary. Kamu nga ni kapasurusurunlog. Ha? Oh. Ay nang panunlog, bullying ina ang tawag sana in English lang, pero panunlog ina at pangintrimis ang tawag. Okay. So kung kaya meron tayong law diyan na halimbawa yung frequently individuals na binubully nung frequent bullies din pwede na i-akusar kay may layisa na may anti-bullying law. The school system shall provide appropriate specialized equipment, instructional materials, and supplies. So that's why merong budget talaga dyan ang SPED. Alam nyo, yung special education class natin dito sa Masbate City when I was then the principal of Jose Sorbito, ang budget dyan is 500,000 for special education class. Yung mga gifted and talented naman, 500,000 yun. Nung principal pa ako. Pero ngayon, I don't know kung ilan na. Siguro million na. Okay? Kasi dumadami din yung mga kabataan na naka-enroll. Kasi mayroon na open na ang thinking ng ating mga parents na ilabas yung kanilang mga kabataang may kapansanan. Requirement for school plan, physical facilities, and classroom size shall be for the purpose of securing permit for operation of the special schools modified in accordance with the type of exceptionality and enrollment size. Okay. The minimum requirement for basic classroom equipment for children with special needs prepared by the DepEd, including medical and dental facilities, shall be complied with. So, mayroong clinic talaga ang Jose Sorbito, pero nurse lang ang naka-deploy kasi walang doktor na uma-apply, pero meron talagang doktor na item na posisyon pero wala sa nag-a-apply kayo tayo ang sweldo. Kaya nurse lang ang nagatawo sa medical facility natin doon sa Sorbito. Tapos may dental facilities din doon. So, tinatawagan lang yung dentist kung halimbawa may problema sa ngipin yung mga kabataang may kapansanan. Buildings and facilities shall be made accessible to persons with special needs. Okay. Accessible. Kung kaya hindi po pwedeng ilagay sila sa building na sa second floor sa building o third floor sa building kung magrulokso ina. 'Di ba? So common sense na lang. Kung kaya yung building nila, yung buildings nila na naka-house sila ay one-story building lang, kung pwede na walang pedestal, or stage, para sa na ng mga hakbangan o lakangan. Kaya sige, na kasi ang tawag diyan is tantrums. Malimit ang tantrums ng mga kabataang mayroong kapansanan, nagabuang lang ng daralagan minsan. Steps shall be taken to remove architectural barriers. O ada na. To remove architectural barriers to and within buildings, sa walkways, sa gihan, sa corridors, doors. Kung sa door ay nanigwasan inan nakausli na pa kung lang kitaong gayud ina washrooms and toilets to enhance mobility of disabled persons para mabilis ang galaw, yan ang mobility na tinatawag ng ating mga may kapansanang kabataan. Okay. So that's it for today. That's it for today's session. We will be meeting again. We will be meeting again on the 30th, sa September 30 or October 1. Please be updated in your in the GC that we have. Okay, so is it clear to everyone? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Sir, nakashare na kami. Yes, sir.
Okay. May I ask John Lester, what is the ultimate goal? What is the ultimate goal of having this special education class?
Sir, the ultimate goal of the special education class according to section 5 is the integration or the mainstreaming of the learners with special needs into the regular school system and eventually in the community. Am I right, sir?
Salamat ha. Maraming salamat mga bata. Salamat.
Judah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why is it that there is a need to remove the architectural barriers along the way or within the building wherein we are catering these children with these special needs.
So for me, sir, so that person or our brothers and sister that has a disable on their body, so they can
Okay.
enhance their mobility and and so they move. Uh, Sir, para hindi po magkabal sa kanilang paggalaw or hindi po magkabal sa kanilang pag-aaral.
Okay. To improve their
Yun lang, sir.
yes, to improve their mobility. To improve their mobility, we should or we must remove the architectural barriers along the way or within that premise wherein we are giving instruction or instruction to our academic instruction to our children with special needs. So yun, to improve the mobility and to avoid accidents, especially the children who are physically handicapped. Okay, with that, I would like to say thank you to everyone who participated in the discussion. And thank you kasi wala namang nangyaring sagabal sa ating signal. Pero karamihan ay hindi nakapag-join. We are just 29 30 here in the platform. Okay, so thank you so much, my dear students. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And please be updated always our group chat. I am going to post our next schedule. Hopefully on the 30th or October 1. Hopefully 30 or October 1. Okay. Thank you so much. God bless everyone. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you too.
Thank you, sir.
Shout out din. Agnes.
Sino na Yoshi Gawa? May hapon kita mo na kasi Yoshi Gawa.
Gmail account lang po yan pero yung totoong pangalan Elsisco Dumangas po.
Email account lang daw siya. Email account. Sabi siya manggali. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sana all nakamas. Paano yung nakamas? Si Pia mo kayo ningin. Hindi kilig lang. So, kaya, Sophia! Tutok doon ako niya. Okay. Member pa rin siya sa magpapalala. How do you stay home? Napuno. Sa kanina niya? Rizal. Yung Rizal? Sila ka? Line of Rizal? Hindi pa no. Yan Rizal pa no. Ang pag... Ano ko, pag mo sa iyo, kanina na ang Rizal. Ano ko na kami, no? Hindi ko na explain pa. Ano, or explain pa sa... Ay, may lang. Adi, Sama ako na lang ganun nagbigay. Ito na ako na lang ang nabiling bombe. Kung may anong man, theory, balay to sa meaning. Siyempre, pa-explain pa yun. Distance to the person exercise for real accountability. Inan na sabi, next to the person ang ganun na, ang sad na hero ay sad na, sabi na, nagpakamatay or something na, handa siya i-buwis ang buhay niyo sa the motive and method employed in the person concerned. There's a lot of the person concerned on his or her agent or the nakausad mo lang na explanation, enumerate, usad mo ng general mo. Ano? Hearing, because Tama o mali,
Ano pala? San, ano?